Let's get him on. He is a legend. He is calling for a second time, and we want to check in with the legendary guitar player, musician, Mr. Ross, the Boss Friedman. Ross, sorry for having you hold on a few minutes, sir, but thank you for doing that.
Well, that's quite all right, guys. It's so good listening to you.
Yes.
Sports is
Thank you
great.
very much. Thank you, sir. Listen, so how are you holding up during all of this? I mean, I know you're a guy who likes to get out there and do his thing, and you're always out playing. Tell me, how are you coping with the virus and being? Are you locked down? Are you a guy adhering to the rules?
Well, we're here in Queens. I live in Queens in Regal Park, and we're pretty much in the epicenter here. And we're doing what we're told. Wearing the mask, going out. I go out every day for shopping, and I was supposed to be in Europe for a whole month on tour right now, and everything got canceled. So it's kind of frustrating, and but we're talking about rebooking it for November, December now. But we'll see. I don't know. I kind of think this whole year was lost for live concerts. I don't know. That's just me. I hope not.
Well, yeah, I hope not. And we had this conversation earlier, Jeff and I, and we were talking about it, and Jeff, brought the point, like, would I, if they kind of open things back up in June, July, August, and then let's say in the fall, they kind of said, okay, we think it's safe enough, go ahead. Would I go to a concert? And I said, yeah, I think I actually would. I think I want to get back to some sort of normalcy. If you get the green light, the sort of, hey, we think everything's good. Would you start booking shows, or do you feel like you need to hold off till next year to be safe?
Well, we're booking. My agent in Europe is booking our whole show again. Right now we have 20 shows again, and we'll see. I mean, I want everything to be safe, of course, and I think by then, after the summer, I think hopefully it's going to be okay, because we've got to get back to normal, somewhat normal, and. Like the huge festivals. I don't know the stadiums. I don't know what they're going to do about that. Live Nation's got their hands full, but on my level, I think we could do it. But we'll see.
Okay. Yeah. Listen, I hope we can, because I think that at that point it means we're getting back to whatever normal is, and we're getting back to being, getting our society back. So I hope that we have those debates, and I hope that you do get out there. Like to see you in the States, but anywhere you guys can get out and play. But so as a musician, I know you got the batting cages, which I'm sure are closed at this point, but there's no sports. I know you're a Met fan. As a musician now, though, what do you do? I mean, I see a lot of guys doing live stream shows. Are you writing, or do we see more music? What do we do for your Ross the Boss? What do you do during this downtime?
It's good that you said that. My new album just dropped March 6th. And we were supposed to. We're in a weird situation. We're supposed to be on tour promoting this record, and of course we can't. And it's very frustrating. The reviews have been absolutely sensational on it, and we would have been, selling at the point of sale. We would have been selling thousands of them, and it's along with our T-shirts and merch and stuff. And, and not only that, I have to sit home and I can't watch baseball. And that's even worse. I mean, for me, that's terrible. And, our batting cage, we have, it's called The Cage, and we have the Cage Warriors. We have we have 8 travel teams of all ages. And, we have 130 Cage Warriors now. And, we're holding online workouts, Zoom workouts with the kids. And, they're chomping at the bit. These kids, they're at school. They don't know what to do. They can't go out. They can't, they can't congregate. And, a lot of them are in apartments. And it's very frustrating. But we're doing the best we can with them. But I really miss baseball. I want to talk to you a little about the Mets. I know you're a Mets fan, so I want to get to the Mets. But like I said, does that mean? So yeah, I mean, I listened to Born on Fire today again. It's a really good album. I want to get into a little bit about it, but do you go ahead and start writing for another album since you're sitting around? What do you do to keep yourself busy musically? Do you play, or do you put the guitar down and say, I'll get it later? No, I play about an hour and a half a day. I still love to play. I enjoy hearing myself play. It's fun. So that's always been there all my life. That's never going to change. As far as writing new songs, I got ideas and stuff like that. I'm not in the mood to write a new record right now. I'm really not. I'm just in the middle of this cycle, and it's just like, what the hell is going on? It's hard to deal with, but I'm a big boy, and we're all in the same thing. We're all in the same boat together, and we'll be okay.
Yeah, listen. Yeah, it's a tough spot for a lot. For guys like for me, for doing the show, we just do a bunch of extra shows. I do a show we did a show. We'll do a show maybe tomorrow, maybe Saturday. We wake up, we feel like doing it. We book Blaze Bailey. So for certain people, it kind of works. But for guys like yourself who are used to being out on tour, even if it's not the lengthy tours you used to do. You're used to being out there, and some people doing acoustic stuff. I've seen tons of live. What do you think of people doing the live stream from their basements? You think that's?
I like it.
Yeah,
I like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's cool. If I had my whole band here, half of us on the East Coast, half of us on the West Coast. If I had them all here, we could do something like that. We could arrange some sort of a digital, performance, but they're not here.
Yeah.
And we just did 26 U.S. states. It ended in February. It ended with Live Nation in Philly at the Foundry on February 24th. And, it's like, thank God we finished that. My goodness. I can imagine if we would have been in the middle of a tour. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
But the thing is about the music business is there's no income now. None of us have any income. Everyone's scrambling. For I don't know, unemployment, for the gig work and thing. It's really pretty pathetic. And Music Cares, there's all sorts of stuff. Everyone's filling out everything, of course.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's not like I can go out and get a job because there's no jobs, so.
Yeah. That's very true. Listen, I think at this point, I think we're another month or so from starting to get back to normal. It depends on who you listen to and who you don't listen to. But I think in the meantime, people have to just do it, and it's tough on in the music business. Album sales have got taken away 20 years ago, so people got to get out and play, and now you can't even get out and play. And there's a lot of musicians who are in this position where. A guy you played with, a good friend of ours, Lou DiBella. You played on his album Heatwave a couple of years back.
Yes.
Great guy.
Yes.
And the guy basically played out almost every day of the week, and now he can't play. And I say, how do guys like that survive? That's the tough part, in the music business.
It's tough. But, I'm gonna tell you that we're gonna get through it. My band's gonna get through it. I got some things I'm working on with as far as publishing and other things and equipment, but so I'm going to be okay. Luckily I've done okay enough that we'll be okay. I think the Cage will open up. They said our genius mayor de Blasio wants it to open up May 15th. I don't want to tell you what I think of him, but
listen, we spent about the first hour of the show blasting him, so don't worry. You're free to open up. I got you.
And my governor, listen, I never liked him, but I got to say he's been okay. He's been really good. So I have to give him props for his response to this. But you can't shut New York down till the 15th of May. That's ridiculous. It's the financial capital of the world, and we're going to need New York back open a little sooner than that. The rest of the country is going to come online. So listen. Am I old enough to see everything happen? Do I have patience for things? I have plenty of patience in my life. I've waited for many things in my life: record contracts, shows, festivals. And my son being born. So we're all in the same boat. There's no one that knows anybody that's not having a problem. So I think everyone should help each other and be brothers and sisters to each other. And I think we'll get over it. I think next week a lot of the states are. I think next week a lot of the states are going to start opening up.
I agree.
That with no infections in it. Trump is going to have everybody open up, and they got to. They just have to.
I agree with you. We spent the first hour saying the same exact thing. How you do it, how to make it work. Can you open up restaurants and let it be full capacity? Can you open up baseball stadiums? I mean, that's the question. How do you open it? But I think, yes, you have to open it somehow and get the economy started up until you figure it out. So I think it'll happen.
Well, even if the baseball is played in empty stadiums in the beginning, at least we're going to have baseball on the air. TV rights will be gotten. At least we can watch baseball, and it will be good for the country to see it, And then next week we have the football draft, as you were talking about, guys, and it'll be something, it'll be some hope for us, because we went from an amazing economy to standstill in like a week, 2 weeks. It's like I never saw anything like this,
Nobody has.
I think we will. I know. I think we're going to be okay. I really do. There's going to be some problems. Hopefully there's not there's no negative. When people lose their jobs, it's usually bad. And my father, who's not with us now, told me about the Great Depression, and he told me about the bad things that happened, and especially in New York City, and especially when the stock market crashed, and I'm not going to say it on air here, but there was some bad stuff, and
I think that's why it's got to get opened up sooner than later. Somehow, someway, they have to come up with a plan. There's a lot of smart people in this country running our government somewhere up there, and they got to come up with a plan. And Jeff and I talked about it earlier. I mean, right, Jeff? There's a way to do it safely. Somebody's got to figure it out, right, Jeff?
Yeah, they have to go slow. You can't turn around and just say, all right, everybody, 1, 2, 3, go. Because all it's going to take is a handful of people to be carrying this virus, and we'll be back in a worse position than we are now. You're right. No, of course. They got to go slow, and everybody has to be patient. That's a big word that you said, and you're 100% right. It may be restaurants are only 25% capacity. Maybe stadiums are only going to be 20% full, and take it from there. But you just got to go slow. That's all.
Yeah,
it'll work. Yeah. It's got to be slow.
But I think Rush, you brought it up.
Every day we have to move forward.
Yeah, and I think you brought it up. I think just seeing baseball on TV, even if it's in empty stadiums, even if they're playing, 4 games in a row, like it's some tournament in Oneonta, New York. I think seeing baseball again, I think is a huge morale builder for our country. That's right. I think FDR knew how important what that was in World War II too, to keep baseball going. People want to see it. We need this country. We need our sports. We need it. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's it's and listen, where we do the NFL draft show every year, Jeff and I, we get together and we sit and then we watch the draft together and we comment on it. I think the draft is going to be one of the most viewed events in all of sports. It might even beat the Super Bowl records because people have been dying for some sort of sports. At the very least, it's the first 10 picks of the draft. I think will be the most watched sporting event maybe ever. Well, so as a lifelong Giant fan, I know we got round 1, we got pick 4, round 2, pick 36, round 3, pick 99, round 4, pick 110, round 5, 150. I know all the picks. I'm ready to go. I'm gonna sit there with my Giant helmet on. There you go. See, Jeff, I told you Russ was a great guy. He's a Giant fan. I know he's a Met fan, but he's also a Giant fan.
Well, now, you know what? Listen, now that I know that he's in Queens, so I'm not too afraid of him. So now I'm going to talk some smack to him, if you don't mind. Oh, boy. All right? Let me ask you something. Because me and Tommy's a Giant fan. I'm a Jet fan, and I break his balls nonstop all day long, all week long. Right. I got to ask. Now, Tom, don't say nothing. Please let him answer.
I won't say a word.
What are your thoughts of Dave Gettleman being your general manager? Is he the general manager? Is he the one that's going to lead that team back to respectability? Geez, I would hope so. I know he was with the Ravens, right, and Oakland. Am I correct? No, Carolina.
He was at the Giants for years and then Carolina, Jeff.
Right. Well, listen, man, after the past couple of years, it's been a disaster. So, I'm really hoping he does something good. I mean, I just don't want to see my quarterback laying on the floor anymore. I don't think that quarterback's that good. Maybe he's better running on the foot.
Stop.
He's very good.
Danny Dimes is the man. Come on. See, Rusty, I agree with you. I think they have their sights set on Isaiah Simmons, the linebacker from Clemson, who may be a top 2 or 3 pick in this draft, but I think the offensive line needs to be addressed, and I want them to take Andrew Thomas from Georgia. I live and eat the draft football. We love it here. And Andrew Thomas, to me, is a guy that can go right into right tackle this year, and next year when they get rid of Solder, he goes over there. So I am looking forward to the Giants drafting an offensive tackle, and then I'm really looking forward to the Jets blowing their pick. Say again?
Who's number one? Who's number one for the Giants?
Joe Burrow's going to go number one. Unless, Jeff, do you think anything? I can't see a scenario in my head he doesn't go number one, Jeff.
No, he just asked who's the Giants. You had just asked who the Giants are taking number one, right?
No.
Yeah.
Who's going number one?
Who's going?
Going number one is going to be Burrow.
Yeah.
Burrow.
Yeah,
without a doubt. As far as the Giants, I think they're going to draft the punter in the first round.
Ross, if you ever figured out, my partner's a knucklehead, and he literally means it when he says it. I get 4 or 5 texts a day, maybe more sometimes, with these outlet trade Barkley, get Danny Jones is a. I mean, you got to remember, he's a Jet fan. He's got nothing else in his life. Nothing.
I have plenty else in my life. The problem is that you, no matter who puts that uniform on, that's it. They can do no wrong, and they suck. They suck. He's coming up, dude. He's coming up with scenarios that Eli Manning is still playing for the fucking Patriots. Why? The guy retired.
Yeah, right.
If he was any good, he would be in the league.
Ross,
and
you
he has him playing with the Patriots. Are you on crack, bro?
Listen, I have that kind of relationship with my Yankee loving friends. It just doesn't stop. It doesn't stop.
Let me ask you about the Mets real quick.
Too, and it's just a freaking war. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me ask you about the Mets. This was a big season for the Mets. I mean, they got a couple guys after this year who are free agents. Right. A lot of money need to be spent. We know their penchant for not paying players and blowing up this roster.
Well, of course.
Okay, now I know Syndergaard to me was a big loss, but Syndergaard hasn't been the pitcher that he needed to be the last couple of years.
No way.
Were you excited about this Met team? And did you think that tough division? I mean, maybe the best division in baseball. Do you think the Mets had made enough moves at this point to jump up and maybe grab a wild card or the division?
I think so. I think this year, Edwin Diaz can't possibly be as bad as he was last year. I mean, it's just not. It's physically impossible. I could throw better than that. I mean, he's like the year before. He's like the best reliever in baseball, and this guy comes to the Mets and he blows it. You know, he just blows chunks. And like this guy, Edwin Diaz, he's got to be better this time around. And but we'll see. I mean,
but here's the problem. Yeah, it's always a we'll see, but here's the problem. The one glaring issue they had the year before, and they had some issues. I thought Cano was a hole in the lineup, and he still might be this year. But the bullpen, I don't think the bullpen got better. I mean, Betances bounces back and stays healthy. Is he an upgrade? Absolutely.
That's what I'm counting on. I think Betances is going to come through for his hometown. I really do.
It's possible, and he's only on a 1-year deal, so he wants to go out there and have a big year. He could be their closer if Diaz fell apart. I mean, he's that good, in my opinion, but he's got to stay healthy. Hasn't stayed healthy in years.
I mean, he's Grant Street campus, and
yes.
And I have all this. I have that team practicing at my facility all the time, and I'm
do you really?
Coach of Grant Street campus. Yeah, Melvin Martinez. Sure, they've been coming to my place for 15 years. And I'm just like, all right, Betances, Diaz. I mean, these guys are on paper. They're like studs, man. They should be able to throw, and they should be able to pick it up. And let's see. Let's see what they're going to do.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be good. And so let me ask you about the cage. I never really asked you. I mean, so it's a regular batting cage. You guys have I obviously have travel teams playing out of there, but you do instructions. I think your son does instructions there, right? Is that correct?
Yeah,
I think I read up.
Jesse. Yeah, my son, college switching catcher, college All American, Jesse Friedman. He does instruction. We have a couple other instructors. We have Kevin Baez, ex-Met. He does instruction. Couple of other very nice guys doing instruction. We have it's 10,000 square feet in Middle Village, Queens. We've been operating it for almost 16 years now, very proudly serving the community. And I've been taking care of that place for a long time, and doing what we can do. We're not getting rich off it, but it's good. It's a solid business, and the fact that we're helping kids, our kids are getting scholarships into college, and we're really proud of it. I'm like, hey, wow, this is great. And seeing so many kids now as cage warriors is great.
Oh, that's got to be amazing. And so, if I showed up there, I mean, can somebody walk out the street and just hit in the cage? I mean, or is it kind of one of those private batting cages?
No, we're open for the public, and or at least we will be. We're open for the public, but you can't come in by yourself because our machines are not automatic. You need a buddy. Come in. They put the balls in for you behind the screens, very safely.
Nice.
You hit there. I can adjust. We adjust any speed you need. Curveballs, sliders, drops. Fastballs. We have softball, all sorts of softball. So we can set up anything you need for your hitting, and if you want to hit off a tee, we got tees. We have everything that professional teams get, and that's what we have, and that's what we've been doing. So if you want to rent the infield, we have mounds. We have radar guns, and we have everything that you need to play baseball or softball, and we're ready to go, and we're missing a big part of our year. This is busy season, and the weather's cold, and we would have been making a fortune. And it's
absolutely, this is tough.
It's very frustrating.
Tough. I can understand that. Yeah, I mean, Jeff, we have to take her out to Rego Park and go hit in the cage. And, I mean, we have to hit the tee. It's been a while, Jeff, since we hit in the cage. It's been a long time for me, at least.
Yeah, I heard about your
voice. Yeah, do they have a tee ball?
Say again, Ross.
I heard about those vaunted swings you guys have. Yeah.
Yeah, please. I would have trouble with T-ball at this point in time, man.
Yeah, listen, Ross. In my day, I'll pat myself on the back. I was a decent player. I traveled the country playing softball, fast pitch, punting, and stealing. But that's about 15 years ago. So I'm not sure I'm going in the cage. We had a charity softball game last year. And it was the first time I played in about 5 years, and I looked like I hadn't played in 15. So, yeah, it would be pretty sight.
Yeah, it was
the
rough,
first time you get in the box there and you hit a ball, and then you have to run to first base. That could be very vexing.
Yeah.
So
Jeff was the star. Jeff was the star. We were losing, and Jeff was the catalyst. 3 for 4, I think it was, a bunch of RBIs to lead the team to a victory in our charity softball game for the Hard Rock and Sports team. So, my partner may be the guy. He's also, by the way, a fantastic bass player. So if you're ever looking for a bass player, I got the guy for you. I like to pimp him out every once in a while.
Great.
So since you're a hometown guy,
that's
I'll let
really
you know.
Great. But my bass player was one of the best in the world. I want to let you know. His name's Mike LaPond.
Yes, he is.
And Mike LaPond plays in Symphony X and a whole bunch of other bands, but he plays in my band, and he's insane. He is insane. I mean, listen, I would like to. Anytime you want to anytime you guys want to come out, you can bring families, bring everybody, and if I'm there, and I'd love to be there for you guys. I'll set you up and. We'll have fun.
Honestly,
you could laugh.
I would love to come out when you're there so we get to meet Jeff. If we're going to go out to the batting cage, we got to go out when Ross is there so we can meet him. No?
Yo, definitely. Yeah. I was just going to say that, man. We got to get out there without a doubt, man. That would be really cool.
Yes, Ross. Before I don't want to hold you up too long, but I do want to ask you about the album. I mean, Borderfire's a great album, a little different than the last one. It's to me a little, I don't know, upbeat. I don't know what the word is, but tell me a little bit about the album, the writing of it, what the thought process behind it was. Give us a little something on it.
Well, we put out. It was like not even 2 years ago. We put out By Bloodsworn,
Correct.
which was a really great record. But the label said, if you want to tour now in 2020, you got to make a new record. And I said, oh no, you're kidding me. And I go, you're just kidding me. I ain't gonna make a new record. So okay, all right. So it just I molded over, and I was bitching and moaning. I go, all right, okay, let's do it. So, but the thing is, I didn't have like 12 songs of my own ready to go because it's been so short after the last record. So I said, guys, I need your help. Please come. I need your help. I need your input. I need your songs. So what do you got? So Mike stepped up. He had a bunch of songs. Mark stepped up. He had a bunch of songs. And I got a song from my other metal band called Death Dealer. Stu Marshall had a song. So, with my songs, we were able to put these 12 songs together. And we had been on the road for 2 years straight, and the band was tight as can be, and we were just a great live band. We are a great live band, and so we got into the studio. We worked everything off the demos, and we didn't have time to go into a rehearsal studio, so we worked everything off the demos, rearranging it, redoing it, and then this is what you're hearing. This is the record is the result of those demos and the chemistry and the songwriting of what you're hearing now.
It's fantastic. I want to ask you. There's a bunch of stuff I want to ask you, and I want to go back to your writing on this and some of your old stuff. Before I lose you, I got to ask about this. Is something I never knew.
Good.
The way that Manowar and you and Joey got together was by an introduction from Ronnie James Dio, which I never knew till I did my research. How did that happen? And from that, how did you guys? Because you're coming out of the punk scene, with the Dictators and Shakin' Street, and then you go into and form probably the loudest, heaviest, one of the heaviest metal bands of all time. Give us a little bit on that story.
Okay, that's an excellent question. So after the Dictators took a hiatus after 3 records, it was like 1979 or something, and Sandy Pearlman, my manager at the time, who managed the Blue Oyster Cult, now you know them, right? And so Sandy was in Paris, and he discovered this band, Shakin' Street, okay, French band with a beautiful female-fronted female singer, Fabienne Shine, and so she put him under her spell, put Sandy under her spell, got Sandy to manage the band, and I needed a job, and their guitar player sold their guitar for heroin. So, Sandy, we need a guitar player. Armik sold his guitar for heroin. And so Sandy goes, I got a guitar player for you. He's sitting home waiting for your call. So they called me next day. I was in Paris, and I auditioned for 5 minutes, and I was in the band, and then we did the record, and we found ourselves in England, opening up for Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell, and I'm there opening up for my idols, Black Sabbath. Oh my God! I'm like, you're kidding me. So I'm on stage. We're doing a sound check in Nottingham or Newcastle City Hall, and after the sound check, Ronnie Dio comes up to me, right out of the blue. He goes, Ross, I love the way you play guitar. I know all about the New York punk scene and the Dictators and everything, and I love Shakin' Street, but I got this guy on my crew. His name's Joey DeMeo, and he plays bass, and I think you two guys would hit it off. And I go, really, Ronnie? Yes, sir. Okay, I'll go meet him. If you tell me to go meet him, I'm meeting him. So after the sound check, I put my guitar down. I sought Joey out. He was hanging around, and we started talking, and we became fast friends, and soon we were jamming in Black Sabbath's dressing room when we were on stage, and the whole thing progressed, and we decided to form a band, and that band became Manowar, and bingo, and there's the story.
Wow, we're talking with Ross the Boss. He's our guest here at Hard Rocket Sports. Remember, guys, you can check out every episode of Hard Rocket Sports on Spotify, including last week's show with Carmine Peace. The week before we had Vinny Appice. This week, Ross the Boss. 2 weeks, we got Mark Farner from Grand Funk and Tommy John coming up.
Great
Harry
guy.
Carson. Mark Farner?
Yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to that. We're looking forward to that one. But Ross, let me ask you a question. When I listen back to the Dictators, what was this song I was listening to today? I had to refresh my memory. Stand Tall, is that the one?
I Stand Tall? Yeah.
Yes. That song is it sounded like somebody would hear from like the Boomtown Rats. Then I listened to some of the other stuff. Just looking for my note because I hadn't listened to that stuff in a long time. Something off of the next album. I'm trying to see my notes on it. I'm sorry. So Search and Destroy. Blood. Is that? That's not the. Manifest Destiny. That's it. Manifest Destiny.
Yeah.
Now that's a very punky song. Then I go to Shakin' Street, very punky, but your guitar licks are more on the metal side. Much longer solos than that. So very different. Then you get to Man of War, and it's like an explosion. Let me ask you the question. Then here's the simple question: What was Ross the Boss? Were you the punky guy? Were you Man of War? I mean, because it's two different, like completely different types of music
genres. Sure.
Yeah. So I mean,
the thing was, well, I'm going to tell you how. Growing up, I grew up in the Bronx, and I was a blues guitar player. I started out learning blues from B.B. King and Albert King, Freddie King, Mike Bloomfield, all those guys, and then the English invasion, Eric Clapton, Page, and Jeff Beck, and that kind of formed my basis of guitar. So I was able to play any genre of music with that, and I still am. So it was easy for me to, punk rock because it's basically sped up. What we did was sped up metal riffs. I think, and then for me to write those songs on Man of War was easy. It seemed. It's just we weren't. It didn't seem like a drastic change. Well, I mean, the change was with the image and the lyrics and the decibels and it didn't seem such an amazingly big change for me. But of course, looking back at it, it was. To this day, both genres are completely different. And people ask me, how the hell did you do that? And I go, well, I just did. And by the way, the Dictators are recording again, so
really,
we're going to have new Dictator stuff. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I did see that you guys have done some stuff over the last few years. Shakin' Street too. I saw you performed with the band not too long ago, right?
Right. Yeah. So we did 15 shows in France last year, and
oh wow.
So we're looking to get. I could have 3-4 bands playing. So I'm really excited to do it, but I just want to do it, because I was so busy. I went from the busiest guy in the world to nothing. So, wow. But now we're just. We'll be back. We'll be back.
Yeah, I know you will, and so will the country, and so will the world. We'll all get back to semi-normal, and it may take a few months, but we'll get you out there, guys. Make sure you check out rosstheboss.com to keep up on everything that's going on and will be going on. I always like to ask my guests, well, what's next? And right now you don't know because of what's going on. So it's going to be hoping for some baseball, hoping for some football down the road, and hopefully getting back on playing some music. But
all our summer dates, all our summer festival shows are done. They're all done. And,
I've seen them all get everything. Wacken Festival got canceled. I saw all the major festivals have gotten shut down.
Download. Yep. Well, listen, health is first. Everybody's well-being is first, and we'll be back. It'll all be back. And so in the meantime, what everyone could do, no matter what band you support, is if you can buy their merch, buy a CD, download something, download some songs, buy some merch from them, buy the CD, that's what you can do. That's how you can help the band, because I can tell you it really helps. It really helps us.
Well, we'll definitely keep pushing that on the show, and as soon as things open up, with shows or stuff, we'll love to get you back on to kind of announce what's going on. And let me ask you a quick question: baseball gets started. Let's say whatever system they use. Give me a prediction for the Mets. Are they capable of winning the division? Are you looking for wild card this year? What's the prediction for the Mets this year? And then give me one for the Giants.
Hopefully they're going to be in the battle for the division between Washington and Philly, of course. I don't know how many games they're going to be able to play. I don't know what the season's going to look like. But I do think they have the talent. They have the talent in the offense, especially the offense, to keep them in the game. Keep them in the games. Nothing makes me think that they won't. The Giants, if they could get their picks right and their O-line is good, I think they'll be fine. I really do. I'm looking forward to a good year.
I think the Giants can actually win their division. Jeff thinks I'm crazy. I think the Giants, the other teams aren't very good. And I think the Giants can actually make a run at the division this year. 9 wins could win the NFC East this year. Jeff, go ahead,
right.
Jeff.
Just as long as the Cowboys aren't good.
Right. What'd you say, Jeff?
As long as the Dallas Cowboys suck.
I said you smoke crack. There's no way under the fucking sun the Giants are making the playoffs.
How could you talk like that in front of a legendary guest like Ross the Boss? How could you tell him I'm on crack? Jeff, please.
Because I think he's fucking making that assumption for himself. You don't need me to do it for him.
Okay, all right. Well, did you hear what I said about the Cowboys? As long as they lose,
yes,
that makes me feel better. Any Sunday is good. Even if the Giants lose, but the Cowboys lose, that makes me feel even better because I hate them more than anything.
Okay, so do you hate the Cowboys? I was going to ask you, do you hate the Cowboys worse than you hate the Eagles? Because it's real close. But to me, it's the Cowboys.
It's truly. Cowboys. I've always hated the Cowboys, especially when they were successful. All these people, all of a sudden around here became Cowboy fans. Well, I saw Cowboy jerseys around here. They go, you never liked the Cowboys. All of a sudden, like, these guys are like fans. These guys that come out of the woodwork. All of a sudden, they're Cowboy fans. Get out of here. You break.
Guys, make sure you check out RossTheBoss.com to keep up what's going on. Ross, as soon as the cages open up and things get back to normal, Jeff and I are going to reach out. We're going to come out. We're going to go hit in the cage a little bit, but we want to get to meet you. And I want to thank you for 35 minutes. You're an amazing guest, and we wish you good luck. Please stay safe, and please come back to Hard Rock Sports. We love having you on the show. You're a great guest.
It was a tremendous honor. Great. I'm glad it all worked out. I can't wait to meet you guys. It'll be great.
Absolutely. Thank you guys very much.
Looking forward to it.
All right, guys. Take care of yourself.
Thanks. You too. Ross the Boss, guys. Hard Rock Sports, 347-826-993-4 is the Hey, Ross, you still there?
Yeah.
Ross, do me a favor. I didn't get the last time you won. I didn't get it. Can you do a tag first? Can you do one of those? This is Ross the Boss, and you're listening to Hard Rock Sports with Jeff and Tom. Could you give me one of those before you go?
You mean you want an ID?
Absolutely want an ID from you. Absolutely.
What am I saying?
Anything you want, but the normal you get is hi, this is Ross the Boss, and you're listening to Hard Rock Sports with Jeff and Tom. Simple.
Hard Rock Sports with Jeff and Tom. Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
This is Ross the Boss. And ready?
Sure, whenever you're ready.
Are you ready, guys? Okay.
Yes, we are.
Hey, everybody. This is Ross the Boss, and you're listening to Hard Rock Sports with Jeff and Tom.
Outstanding. Thank you. I got it. It's I will cut it up. It'll play on the show. Ross, thank you very much, sir. Please enjoy the rest of your night. And like I said, stay healthy, and hopefully we can talk to you down the road. But maybe during the baseball season, we'll have some fun and talk a little baseball with you.
Call in. I'll talk some smack. No problem.
Bring it, Ross. We'll be happy to have it. You got it, sir.
Okay. All right.
Take care. Ross the Boss, everybody.
Night.
So, Jeff, a good guest, Jeff. A lot of fun.
Yeah, listen, he was just overall a nice guy. And that makes the interview that much better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, the funny thing is we spent more time talking sports